Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Garrick, and today from our friends at Ciao, I have the most amazing collection. This is the Celestial collection. It comes with an 8x8 paper pad and also the Creative Pad. And you guys, together, they make cards like this one. This is an Easel card that I made out of a 5x5 card. So fun. And this is our giveaway card for this episode. So if you stick around, you'll learn how one lucky viewer can win this card to keep or share with a friend. So come play with us. All right, everybody, this is the 8x8 paper pad. I'm going to give you a flip through this one, and then we'll talk about that card that I showed you in the opening. So even the front cover here, these are great. These are cutouts. And then a larger piece here would be great for a journal, and then you've got the smaller ones. Ciao is great about using their space. They really pack a lot of images into this. Look at this. I love the little steampunk aspects of it too. Really cool. That celestial sun, moon, stars. And look at that. It's just like with the splashes of gold. And then in this one's very sort of steampunk. You've got like the clocks and the gears and then these really cool flowers. And then all these cutouts. And then this one is just sort of a collage of like the clock, the balloon, really nice steampunk aspects of this one. Really beautiful. This one, I love the dark background. It makes the little moons all really pop. This one as well. A very navy blue, medium blue, gold, beautiful color scheme. Then we get into this ivory color with the gold sort of starbursts. Beautiful clock. Several shades of blue on this one with the gold stars. Beautiful cream colored roses mixed in with the clock gears. All the celestial things happening here. Look at those beautiful wavy ripples. Beautiful. Here, love this castle. All right, absolutely gorgeous. So let's take a look at the Creative Pad. Let's just jump ahead. We'll do this one as well. So the Creative Pad has more cutouts, and I think the 8x8 pad has more papers than cutouts. And then that's why they go so well together. So on this one, once again, the cover, beautiful. And then look at that. All the cutouts. And then on the back, beautiful dark paper with those moon and stars. More gorgeous cutouts. Here's the balloon, rocket ship. Beautiful. This one's black, actually. And then I love this with the planets. That's so cool. Oops, I picked up too many. The rocket ship, star of stars, all the gears down here. And then that rippley look here with the blue, black, and coppers and golds on this. Beautiful. All these cutouts. And then on the back side, beautiful paper. This looks very like Art Deco to me. And then beautiful card toppers, cutouts. More. This one's a black with the gold. More cutouts. And then this one white with the sun, moon, and stars in gold. Beautiful. Love this shape. This one's so cool. And then this one is that ivory color again with the gold starbursts. Then lots more cutouts. All right, so let's start with this one. And I'm going to try to recall which paper pack I used for which project, but bear with me because there's a lot to look at. So this started out with a 5x5 card, and then what pairs really well with this is, of course, gold, metallic gold cardstock. So this is a little 3-pack. All of these items are listed down below the video, so if you're interested in one of the items or the other, they're listed down below. If you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page, if you're watching us on YouTube, hello, there's a link below the video where you can find it. Anyway, this is a great metallic one to purchase. And let's see, so for this one, I did go ahead and I opened the card here and scored it at 2.5 inches on the card front, so that you're only gluing this card topper that I made to the bottom part of the easel, so that it just props up right there. Okay, so for this one, went ahead and took some of that gold cardstock and cut it just a little bit smaller than the 5-inch square. So we're like a 4 3/4 inch square, 4 7/8, and then took some of that beautiful like black with gold paper and then cut that down even smaller and glued that to the metallic. Now sometimes glue in the metallic cardstock or the foiled cardstocks even, they don't attach really well. They can peel off sometimes. It just depends on what kind of glue you're using. I wouldn't recommend glue stick. Tape or a tape runner is a good solution for that as well. So then went ahead and used some more of the gold cardstock and then took some of that white Sun, Moon, and Stars, and that was definitely from the creative pad, and then matted that, of course, with the gold metallic cardstock, glued that there, and then at each corner I've got some blue mirror Dual Dazzle stickers just to kind of anchor that. There's a little pocket right here, and I just took one of the little rectangle cutouts and then I just glued it on 3 sides, so down here and across the bottom. And then this clock, I cut that out and foam taped that to the right side of it. So my pocket didn't span the whole way across like I wanted it to. I couldn't find one that was that long. So my pocket only goes from here to here. And then I just covered that extra space, that blank space right there, with this. And I foam taped that. And then here's a couple of cutouts to just fit inside this pocket, just to make it a little interactive. And then I used some gold ribbon from the Gold and Silver Ribbon collection. One to put on the tag here, just a little knot, then tied a little bow. Then on the inside, just cut this again a little bit smaller with that black with gold paper, matted this little square with some gold cardstock, glued that to the center. This one of the cutouts, okay, also from the creative pack. And for this, I just propped that right up, just like, whoop, like that, okay? And foam tape, very crucial when working with that. Now you'll see there's a little border right here, and I added the coordinating blue mirror jewel border dazzle sticker to that. So definitely a fun one to make. I think a fun one to receive too, because it's got these little tags. It's interactive. So this is our giveaway card for this episode, and how does that work? Well, we love giving away cards for our webisodes that we do Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So it gives you 3 chances a week, and we're promoting our Paper Wishes YouTube channel. So if you're watching us on our webisode page, you can expand the screen and there's a YouTube icon right there. You can head on over to our Paper Wishes YouTube channel, subscribe, and then like this video with a thumbs up and leave us a comment. And then after about a week, we'll reply to one of the comments with congratulations, YouTube username blank. And we'll give you instructions on how to claim your card. So one viewer will be chosen to receive this one card, okay? And it's also a good idea to hit that notification bell so you know when we're reaching out to you if you've won a card. So definitely participate in that. As I said, we do it 3 times a week. All right, so next, you guys, I have got 6x6 card. Okay, for this one, I went ahead and I also used, this one I used the 8x8. I did write that one down. So for this one, took that gold metallic cardstock as the mat, used some of this beautiful blue swirly paper. There's that little small print with the ivory and that gold little starburst there. I did use Prussian blue ink on this mat, this piece right here, and used my little applicator tool to do that, soften that ink color, glued that to the center, and then before adding anything else, I took some gold mirror straight line dazzle stickers, and I used the smaller ones right here. They just peel right off, and I just added links across the top, across the bottom, and then down the sides, just to give it a little bit of a frame. And then this one right here is the cutout. It's actually this one. I cut out the little frame, striped frame around it, and then I took a little scrap of gold cardstock. I didn't have enough to mat the whole thing, but I was like, that's okay. I'll just put it right along the top and bottom. And then this one right here, after I glued this to the center, this one I matted with a little bit of that gold cardstock, and then just foam taped that at an angle. Then the words right here, let me see, we're together, dazzle stickers, here we go. And this comes in a great big collection. These are one of my favorite word collections because they were developed during lockdown, during the pandemic, and we wanted to have some dazzle stickers that were for friend cards, reaching out for you, checking in on friends. So there's a lot of like thinking of you and hugs and missing our time together, which I think are really nice. And then just words that say friend on them. But for this particular one, I used love you. And then I had to use the little star stickers. We have these in both silver and gold, and they come in a pack. And I just added those right here and here. So yeah, that was a fun one to make. See what else I've got. Here we go. So this one is a tent fold card, and I used this image on the creative pack right here. I just trimmed down this gold mat a little bit and then glued it to the center of this tent fold card. And this one is, I always forget, but it's just under 4 inches by 8 1/4 inches. And then it was a little bit shy of that length, so I added the wider strips here of the mirror straight line dazzle stickers, one across the top and the bottom. Or you could also just use a scrap of your gold cardstock. The Celebrate right there comes from More Words dazzle stickers, and they come in a pack with all these different colors. I chose the white because I really wanted that to show up against the darker background. We've got Celebrate there. Here's a cutout. I foam taped that. And then these were cutout stars. So I cut those out using my tiny scissors and then just foam taped both of those. And then just added those little star stickers. And then on the inside, I used another cutout. This was for a pocket. So I just glued it on 3 sides and just added some tags in there. It'll be a great place for a little gift card as well. All right, for my last one, okay, so for the front of this card, this one is a 5 by 6.5 inch card, and this one came from, let me remind myself, this one's from the creative pad as well, this image right here. And then I used the corner rounder punch to round that image, inked the image once again with some Prussian blue and my favorite little applicator tool. And then I added some gold mirror jewel dazzle stickers just to the flower centers. And then here across the bottom, added blue script greeting dazzles. They come in a little 3-pack like this, but they're all blue, and each one of these are different sentiments, which is really nice to have. Added that there, matted that with some blue glitter cardstock, and then rounded those edges as well, right? So this is something that's kind of different. This card topper slides off the card like that. And I'm going to show you how I made that. But let's talk about this Gatefold card right there. Okay, lots going on. You can see those little gold mirror dazzle stickers right here. And there's little tags right here, which I inked those. So the outside of the card, let's talk about that first. So I took a 5 by 6.5 inch card, and I used my scoreboard. I went ahead and scored it at 2.5 inches here and 2.5 inches on this side. So that way it would fold like this for a gatefold. All right, but I needed to trim a little bit off of this edge, the opening edge right here. I'm going to show you how I did that, because I needed to make it so that it would have a little ditch like that, the little mechanism. And I'm going to show you how to make the whole thing. So I just took my paper trimmer, I held the card just like this with the fold on the right, and you're just going to trim off just about 1/4 of an inch, just a little bit. Ooh, it's kind of hard. I need a new blade. All right, so trimming that off. There we go. So now you've got this ditch running down the center of it. All right, so then I took, if I can find it here, this beautiful paper with the moon on it. Looking. Where is it? Here it is. So I took this one, and I started out by, I cut it right in half. So it's 8 by 8. I cut it 4 inches down the center, and then I glued 1/2 of it here and the other half of it here, aligning that moon image. Okay, so that when it's like this, you can definitely see the moon and the girl in there. Okay, ink the edges with that Prussian blue. All right, and then on the inside, I took one of the other papers that has this beautiful floral image, and I just cut it to slightly less than the 5 inches wide. So it's like 4 7/8 inch wide, because you don't want to get involved in those core lines. And glued that to the center. Couple of tags here. This one is glued, this one is foam taped. You can see I did ink the edges blue first. And then I just took all these lovely little jewel dazzles, and I used a little jewel picker and placed those so it was nice and sparkly. So this one is ready for the next step, which is making that little runner part. Okay, so what I did next was I literally just took a couple of strips of scrap cardstock. Let me find my ruler here. All right, and these are both, the strips are identical. This is 1 5/8 inch wide and 4 3/4 of an inch long. And then I took our nice big roll of foam tape. This is 150 feet or 50 yards of foam tape, and it's 1/2 inch wide. And what I did was I just took about 2 inches of it, and I just cut a little strip of it, like in thirds. I put that 1/3 of a strip right there, and then I'm going to just take this off, and then I'm going to take this piece and just put that right on there so that the foam tape, you've made a little foam tape sandwich. And then what you're going to do is glue this to the back here, and I just covered it with some, so all that I did there. And you're going to foam tape that right here, right? So that now your card topper has this little mechanism on it. And then you're just going to thread it right like that. And you're going to you're going to thread it just like this, and then it's going to keep your card together. It's like this. And then when you take it off, it opens the card. So that's how I did it. And then the trickiest part is when you're just threading this on here. But that's, for you to do before you put it in the mail or you're sending it to your and delivering it. And you're just threading this part on. So, and it just slides right down. And that's your presentation, so that when they get it, I suppose you could put like a little ribbon or something up here so that they know how to get into it, a little pull tab. But you just pull it like that, and it separates. So that was a really fun one to do. All right, you guys, we have a fantastic money saver for this collection. I think it's really beautiful. You can make lots of different cards for different occasions. And I think that the colors and the sun, moon, and stars, just so beautiful. So definitely check out our money saver. It's right there on the right-hand side. And then listed down below our video at paperwishes.com for our webisodes are all the items that were used. Full color photos of the cards are there. And then if you're watching us over on YouTube, hey, it'd be great if you would subscribe. It really helps people find the channel. It helps it grow. It's just good for our small business. There's also a link for this video down below the description box. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.